It's Dizzy out in the jungle of my yard, and if you've watched my videos on the jungle of my yard, you know that when I had this tree taken down, they did not take the stump all the way, cut the stump all the way through. Oh, they came the other day. They not only cut it the rest of the way through, they cut it up into quarters. I will be having to bring my electric chainsaw out here to cut these in half because I don't think I can pick these up. I haven't even tried. But I'm glad to see that that's gone. Yard needing to be mowed. Grass hasn't been growing too much, which I'm glad about. Everything needs a good weeding, but I haven't had the time to do that. But I am getting stuff done. Didn't get as much done as I wanted to this week. My back is out, made it hard to get stuff done. I would have had more done. But I did start over in here the other day. This wood was not here. I moved that in. Put that there today. But there was a lot of little saplings in here, and of course a lot of leaves and sticks and whatnot. That was all cleaned up. It worked about an hour. That was about all I could handle with my back the way it is. And then today I worked in this section. I'd hoped to have this little section all the way done, and I probably would have if it wasn't for my back. It was very difficult for me to rake up the leaves. I put them in that blue bucket to dump them in my leaf pile over there, and said it just took me longer than I was expecting. Of course, I had to move this cart out of the way, but almost got it done. Next time I come out here and work on it, it will be done. The neighbors across the street had a dumpster, and they said I could throw stuff in it. Well, I had a couple of those blow-up pools draped across this. I could not move them by myself. They came over, they actually cut them all up and took them and threw them in the dumpster. So glad to have that gone. Of course, this pipe will be getting sold. My kids used to play with this. Nice size for going through. They used to get on top of it and roll it like they would if they were lumberjacks. And they had a lot of fun playing with it, but of course, I'm not going to do any of that. Of course, the kids are grown and out of the house. My leaf pile and my branch pile is grown here. I'll be talking about that at the end of the video. I hope. I remember. I'd gotten the lean-to all cleaned out. Got everything pretty much sorted out. This wood here will be getting sold. That, of course, is a big thing is metal. That'll be going for the scrap. This little bit, majority of it is scrap metal. There's an extension cord, but mainly what's out here will be going in the trash or scrap metal. My daughter and son-in-law came over last week and helped me move the motorcycles. It's my husband's old motorcycle, which my son wants, which is the only reason it's being kept. My motorcycle is right here. I wanted to get it fixed. Unfortunately, they can't get the parts for it. So I'm going to be selling it for parts. It was supposed to rain yesterday. So this is the wood that I'd cleaned up yesterday. And that'll be going out to the farm with me tomorrow. Majority of what's in here is not being kept. There's trash in that. That stuff I'm assuming is trash. The chipper shredder will be getting sold. Those tools there are what I'm keeping. The kerosene can I'm keeping. The big gas can I'm keeping. The smaller ones my son wants. But all of this stuff is going to go. I have no use for it. I just don't need that many gas cans. And I've got a chain hoist that'll be going too. And another thing that I did is see, I've got the chicken wire here. Before I put all of this back in, I dug a trench along the wall here, and I put down the chicken wire to keep the stupid groundhog from coming out from underneath of the shed. So I did see footprints in here the other day. I haven't looked since I got everything back in here. Haven't seen any indication that it tried to dig in, so it might realize that it can't get in. So that's that. I haven't really gotten back in here, and like I said, the garden needs to be weeded. Just too much going on, too many things, not enough time. Weeding that I did get done was over in here. Of course, I got a lot more to come out. I would have liked to have just come in here with a lawnmower, but since I didn't know what was under there, I didn't want to mow it and possibly damage the mower or get something wrapped up in the blades. Of course, I got all this that I still have to pull out. I've got a lot of this Spanish needle coming up in here. I really need to get rid of that before I get seeds all stuck to me. And it's mainly what's in here. The big thing for now, for the backyard, is I had a tree had come down in a storm, only it was still a large part of a trunk, and it was just too big for me to take care of, and that was this tree right here. And with the way it was down, there was a tree there that it was leaning up against. It was dead, and another one, I'm not sure where it was, that it was leaning up against, and that all needed to come out as well. I also had a dead pine tree over there, and tree guy came out and gave me a price to finish taking this one down, take down that one there, and the other one, which it's over there. I can see it now. I think that's it right there. And there was also a smaller sassafras that was dead, and another pine tree. And they were just supposed to be putting them on the ground. Well, not only did they get this all cut up, take those down, take down the pine tree, took down the sassafras, which I had been going to take down. There was another pine tree over there. They took that down. They also cut everything up into lengths. Now, I am not really worried about this wood. This is something that people think you can't burn pine. You can. I'm not really going to be doing a lot with it. I don't know how heavy it is. I haven't tried to move it. But I need to get this area all cleaned up, and we'll probably just stack it back here. And then when I sell the house, whoever buys it can do what they want with it. I will lots of times, well, at least I have in the past, had a fire out in this section. Not sure if I'm going to continue having fire here, because it used to be kind of private back in this area, not so much now because of trees that have been taken out. Maybe if I have a fire more over in this area. And I'm happy with what they got done. This stuff is all probably stuff that I'll just be taking out to the farm and burning. What I am going to be doing, there is just so much that needs to be chipped up. Yeah, I could do it with my electric chippers, but it takes an awful long time. What I am going to be doing, once I get the yard all cleaned up, I am going to be contacting the tree guys and seeing if they're willing to come in with a chipper and just chip everything up for me. It doesn't need to go away. It can just all be left here for mulch. And as long as it's not too expensive, I think that's a better option for me than trying to do this all on my own. So that's where I am with my jungle. I am making progress. Every day that it's not raining, except from Sundays and Tuesdays, because those are the days that I'm busy, I'm going to try to get out here for at least an hour. I'm hoping that by the end of the week, pretty much all the way cleaned up to the backyard. And once that's done, then I can get started back on the other side. Got to get rid of the trailer and just do as much as I can. So that's where I am, and I will talk at you later.